Some things in life are hard. Luckily, wearing these trends doesn't have to be one of them. So without further ado, let's get into the top 10 most wearable trends of 2020. And we're kicking things off with peach and orange. Now, color trends in general tend to be on the more wearable side of the fashion trend spectrum, just because it's usually easier to wear a solid color than it is to wear a print. And people do tend to pull out their bright colors for the warmer months, so orange is perfect for that. If orange is a little bit too bright for you though, then stick to peach. And if peach is a little bit too delicate for you, well, no problem. Just toughen it up with something like a black leather jacket or a pair of black combat boots, which is pretty much what I'm doing in this outfit. Next up, we have polka dots. Now, I know this trend isn't really universally liked, but if you do like it, then you're in luck, because it is certainly on trend and it's actually very wearable. Which is especially true if you go for a neutral print like black and white, or possibly something in the gray or navy area. And one of the easiest ways to style polka dots is by keeping the rest of your outfit within the same color family, which is great news if you picked one of those neutral color schemes we were talking about earlier, since I would expect you to have at least a few neutral pieces in your closet. Of course, if you go with a brighter print, then those neutral pieces will be just as handy to tone everything down and make it all super wearable. This next trend, slip dresses, is actually one of my favorites in this video. Now, you might think that slip dresses lean more towards lingerie than actual clothing that you would wear outside, and I wouldn't blame you. In fact, my significant other, when he saw me in this particular outfit, commented that I was wearing a very, very pretty nightgown, but he did call it very pretty, so I choose to consider that a win. I was going for a more artsy vibe by pairing my slip dress with a scarf in warm weather, but there are much easier ways to wear one. For example, you can always wear it over a t-shirt or a long sleeve top, under a blazer or a denim jacket, or if it's cold enough where you are, under a sweater or a leather jacket, or faux leather, choice is yours. And speaking of leather, or faux leather, and this is the last time I'm going to make that distinction, just assume I mean one of the two. So, leather. Why is it wearable? Well, it's wearable because it comes in plenty of neutral colors, like black, which is my personal favorite, but it also comes in white, beige, brown, gray, you name it. While it might be a little tough to wear to the office, barring a piece like a leather pencil skirt, which I used to have and really love to style, it's actually really easy to style it for just a casual day. You can pretty much replace any of your neutrals with the same type of item in leather, like replace your jeans with leather pants, replace your denim jacket with a leather jacket. All your leather pieces will work in pretty much exactly the same way. They're just going to toughen up your outfit a little bit. Next up, we have metallics, which, to be fair, many people consider not at all wearable, but hear me out, I bet I could change your mind, or at least, alter it a little bit, maybe sway it a few degrees. So the reason I'm calling metallics wearable is because while they're definitely not neutrals, they pretty much work as a neutral. And what I mean by that is that metallics can actually be paired with any other color you can think of, and they're going to work with that color. Therefore, they're pretty much behaving like any other neutral piece, except they're a little bit more blinky and a little bit more dressy. And for someone who is chronically overdressed for every single occasion like I am, they're pure heaven, because they make it look like you actually tried, even if all you're wearing is a metallic skirt and a t-shirt, or a metallic top and a pair of jeans. As for this next trend, well, it's beige, which is a neutral by pretty much anyone's standards. So, as a neutral, you can wear it by itself for a monochrome look, or pile on a bunch of other neutrals for a super neutral outfit. Or my personal favorite, wear it with bright colors, which is really where the fun comes in. Because as a neutral, like I keep saying, and you are probably tired of hearing, you can pair it with any other bright color. You can go as wild as you want, and it's still going to look good. And it's not going to look like too much. Well, for some occasions it might be too much, but don't let that stop you. If you want to wear something, do it. Of course, I'm not suggesting that you wear something that would actually insult someone, like wearing white to a wedding, but, barring those situations, wear whatever you want. In my case, I decided to spice things up by wearing a sequin top under my sheer blouse, and pairing that little combination with my beige pants. And agree, this doesn't look too crazy. I mean, it looks a lot more tame than it would have looked with, say, a pair of pink pants. Beige pieces certainly do tone things down, so don't be afraid to go for something wilder than you might normally go for. Now, supposedly this next trend is even more special because it's the Pantone color of the year. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but apparently it's a big deal in the fashion world. As far as I understand, it just means that it's a really trendy color for this year, and there are going to be a lot of classic blue pieces out there. And I'd say that's pretty good for us mere mortals, because classic blue is actually pretty wearable. You can pretty much pair it with other bright colors for a more color-blocking, summery outfit. Or you can wear it on its own for a monochrome look like I did here. Classic blue is actually pretty close to navy, which is a neutral, so classic blue is actually pretty easy to style as well. On the heels of classic blue, we have brown, which is actually pretty close to beige and can be styled in many of the same ways, but it is a separate trend this year, so I thought I'd talk about it as well. As I mentioned, you can pretty much wear brown in almost all the ways that you can wear beige. For example, here I went for a brown and white outfit for a more bohemian vibe. Moving on to lace, which is almost the last trend, which is also really good because I'm actually getting pretty hoarse and I wouldn't be able to keep recording very long. So lace, it can be wearable and it can be not wearable, depending on the particular piece and on how you actually style it. So for example, if you want to style a lace top, like I'm doing here, you can make it a little bit less wearable by just styling it with a bra, and you probably wouldn't be able to wear this look to the office. But if you were to wear this with a tank top underneath, suddenly you're fully covered and therefore it becomes a lot more wearable. Another popular option when it comes to lace is a lace dress, which is a great option for summer because it's really pretty and it tends to be really light, so it doesn't weigh you down too much. Also, lace is a slightly dressier fabric than, say, cotton or linen, so it's appropriate for more dressy occasions, as well as for everyday wear. And last, but definitely not least, we have another color trend, which is ivory, which is actually another neutral, and can be just as wearable as all the neutrals we mentioned so far, except even more so, because ivory is pretty much white. I mean, it's a warmer toned white, but it is still white, and therefore it goes with every other color, and you really don't have to worry about what you wear it with. In fact, the only thing you really do have to worry about when wearing white, and it's something that I really have to worry about when wearing white, is spilling things on it. Because white just tends to attract stains and dark colors, and things like wine and pasta sauce when I wear it. I don't know about you, I really hope that you can't relate to this, but if you do, I am so sorry. I still hope that you won't let that stop you from wearing ivory, if you like ivory, of course. If you don't, then that's definitely cool too, because then you definitely get to bypass the super fun experience of wearing a white top with a giant stain on it that you got early in the morning and cannot change out of because you're out all day long. And on that happy note, we've reached the end of the video. I really hope that you liked it and that you found it useful. If you did, maybe give it a thumbs up, possibly subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Be you, always. Bye!